like I don't expect people to just understand right off the bat because it's just such like it's almost a joke of a hobby. Like, oh, what are you into? Oh, blacksmithing. Like it's just like one of the most mundane things, but at the same time just so alien. No one does it. I make and break like within a few hours. I never actually had a permanent setup. Usually I just nail my anvil down to whatever's available and get to work digging a hole, like earth forges. A lot of people do have like welded setups, which I think is cool, but I don't have access to the equipment to do that. I got lazy and I got unsafe. Pretty much everything I make is purpose built. But once I do have something made, I usually use it until it's either broken or unusable. Uh, it's just as a habit. I can't really leave well enough alone when it comes to that kind of stuff. I try to use it until it's broken. I never just make something and leave it on the shelf. Most people just don't really get it. They don't really understand why I want to do it, and they always think that I make horseshoes or swords. And I don't blame them because that's what's been ingrained in people from popular culture. But I don't know. I just think of it as being something, as a skill to manufacture anything you can really think of or will to do. Yeah, land, bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna put my hand on the anvil and it really is just that, like, steel is steel. It's as hard as steel because it is steel. It's iron. It's kind of our it's the object of simile so much to be the zenith of hardness and toughness, and you pull it out of this fire, and it bends to however you want. Like that is pretty cool. Like it's it is what you want it to be. Like it's just kind of a strange kind of power trip. But knocking the slag off is pretty cool. Like it's red hot and you hit it, and then this stuff just kind of like this cloudy gray crap just kind of comes off, and you just have purely like yellow hot steel underneath. It's pretty cool. One time I accidentally, you're supposed to do fire watch for half an hour after doing anything, involving fire, and I didn't once, and I accidentally lit part of my fence on fire because I wasn't working safely. Okay. So yeah, I took a nap, and the fire department showed up. I'm like, what happened? They're like, fence on fire. I'm like, all right, sorry. And then that was it. But I have always been very safe since. So that's it. That's tempered now. We'll see how well it worked. This is just a rock tied to a stick. Typically what I'm feeling and thinking is, okay, that looks good, shit. That doesn't look so good, maybe I shouldn't have done that. It's just, you know, um, trial and error. Like I've never made something that had no flaws, I've never had made something that went exactly to plan. I've never cut a piece of stock and had it be the exact size that I intended. So it's constantly just looking for errors along the process and fixing them. There's a few things that I use every single day. Um, I made a belt buckle that I wear every single day. Even though it's kind of like heavy and roughshod, it's just kind of something I can carry. Like no one's gonna, you carry a knife around every day. Someone's gonna say, "Dude, what do you need a knife for?" But you have, belt buckle is just purely practical and it's something I'm kind of proud of, and no one can dispute that it's necessary. It's just like it's always nice to have something that you yourself have forged. So I think that's a special attachment. Even though if I made one today, it would probably be 10 times better. I still wear that one though. Sometimes it's a symbol of shame because you really screwed it up, and then you kind of have to live with it. If I made a tool that's not very good, I'll still use it. Like if I make an axe that doesn't hold an edge, I'll still use that over any hatchet that you could buy, just because I feel like I'm not entitled to use manufactured things. I like to validate myself often, so a good way to do that is to make something physical and testable. So, okay, I've made this. Let's see how it stands up to abuse. Or I'll make an axe and see if it can actually split wood. Or I'll make a belt buckle and see if it can keep my pants on. Just like little things like that. It's a constant kind of test, and if it works, you can say, "Oh man, I made that," and it works. It works well. It works acceptably. Like it's an adequate replacement for what you can buy in the store. Now I'm just gonna wrap this baby up. Use some wrapping, which is hockey tape. So you can see the fresh layer of steel. Very pure looking. And then there's a wrapped up part. This is a knife that I've made. It's my third knife. This is a tomahawk, like axe, that I've made. This is just a stone hammer, and it's an improvised device meant for striking. I'm not proud of this at all, so I don't want to talk about it. Of course, today's finished product, a knife made from mild steel, wrapped in hockey tape. I have this belt buckle that I made. I actually cold worked this when there was no fire involved. This steel is just it's so thin that at room temperature you can work it. It's also mild steel, like the knife was. So, just a belt buckle. None of the things I've made have been from any sort of blueprint or plan. They've just been kind of, okay, I'm gonna do this now. So I did it. And that's it. Lit.